What I'm going to give y'all is a very abbreviated speech on something I spoke on in Ohio that really was a 4-hour speech. And I'm going to do my best to bring it down to 30 minutes. I do have 2 videos. One is understanding toxicity, and the other is spiritual and emotional toxicity. There's several different layers to this. People say, healers say, that when we heal, we're peeling an onion, and we're peeling back the layers. And the thing is, it's more like a bowl of spaghetti, because we're peeling back all this multi-dimensional stuff. The first thing people have to do to get well is to get their body detoxified. Abbreviation on the toxicity speech: 1, don't eat the salmon. A lot of people think eating salmon is good. EPA says 1 serving of salmon per month is the maximum you're allowed. Well, that personally scares the hell out of me. Okay, no salmon unless you caught it yourself in fresh water. 2, get rid of the chemicals. Look at what you're putting on your skin. Look at what you're putting in your mouth. These chemicals bring you down to a certain level, and you can't vibrate high enough to receive the frequencies that allow you to have all your gifts and allow you to thrive. That's where I get into spiritual and emotional toxicity. In that video, what I go into is, where are you resonating? Because it's an hourglass. And if you're resonating in the bottom half of the hourglass, you will never be able to manifest, ever. No matter how many affirmations you use, it will be pointless. And you have to raise your vibration to the top of the hourglass, and the number is 200. And when you can raise your vibration to the top of the hourglass, then you can start manifesting. You can say, I am safe, and you will be safe. I am happy, and you will be happy. The universe has karmic late fees, and when you're in the bottom half of the hourglass, you can say, you won't have the knowledge to say, I will be happy. The way you word it is, I won't be miserable, and then you bring more misery. But part of the verbiage is getting you up to the top of the hourglass, and that's what I go into in the second DVD about emotional toxicity and spiritual toxicity. So that's 2 hours combined in what, 5 minutes? Okay? The other 2-hour lecture is mind control. I have been working with people and removing mind control for years. I just recently stepped up and told people publicly I'd do this. When I enter into a healing session, and I can get to the point of their mind control, because first we've got to remove the toxicity, then we've got to get them vibrating high enough to where this can matter. And so when I reach in and we start to remove the mind control, every person I have ever worked on has mind control. Hands down. Everyone. Now, it might be a smaller form of mind control that just tells you you're a loser, you're a failure, you can't do that, you're not good enough. And sometimes it's very deep and very devious and very sinister mind control. Let's go to the second screen. Second. I'm a doctorate in natural health. I make no claims. I am not diagnosing you. I will not cure you. If you have a true medical condition, please seek a medical professional. Next slide. All right, what is mind control? We just went over that. Next slide. I go into the conscious and the subconscious mind and the emotional and spiritual healing. The subconscious mind is where the mind control is. If you cannot meditate, you cannot access the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is calculating everything. It's calculating, what, 20 million bits of information per second? If our conscious mind did that, we would go crazy. But our conscious mind is a slave to our subconscious mind. Whatever our subconscious mind tells us is what we are going to pattern out as our reality. This is why when you raise your vibration and you start to meditate, and you start to take control of that subconscious mind, you can start manifesting. You can start making changes in your life. You can make changes in your health. But if you're down on the lower level, you're a slave to the subconscious mind. Go to the next slide. All right, how the lower levels of mind control. Television. All sorts of subliminals. We know this. If you are watching television, you are mind controlling. Period. End of sentence. Next slide. Nomophobia. Okay, nomophobia. Does anybody know what nomophobia is before you read my slide? 66% of the population suffers from something called nomophobia. In 2001, I think it was only 1 in 8. Nomophobia is the fear of being without your cell phone or without a signal to the point of stress of going through a divorce brought onto you just like that. Shit, I don't have signal. I'm disconnected from the hive. Now, I grew up in a time that we had Ma Bell. We had these cute little princess phones. I never freaked out leaving the house and not having Ma Bell with me, ever. I never freaked out going, oh, there's no payphone closed. Holy shit, what am I going to do? Now, Superman had affected him because he couldn't change clothes. But me and my friends, we could go and not have Ma Bell right with us. Now, what that tells me, with the experience and education I have, is our cell phones have something way more coming through them than a phone signal. If you lose signal and you start freaking out, something else is going on. People sleep with their cell phones, dude. Turn it off. Every now and again, turn it off. Walk away. Be without your cell phone for just a little while. Own your mind. If you do not own your mind, somebody else will, and it's really that simple. All right, next slide. This is the amount of satellites around the planet. Just take a look at that for just a moment. They're all broadcasting a signal. Our subconscious mind is picking up on that.